Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Skyrim Plus. Today we're featuring Our Cabin by Lierin. Let's check out the map. Here we are at Our Cabin. We're near Anissa's cabin, Riverwood, Bleak Falls Barrow, and here we are again at Our Cabin. I'm starting the tour just down the hill from the Guardian Stones, where the fisherman stays. Lierin made this new bridge to make traveling to the home easier. You can see Our Cabin in the distance. If yours looks a little different, it's because I have a mod named TD Solitude installed, which changes the look of all Solitude-based buildings. If you like this look and want it for yourself, I'll leave a link in the description. However, remember that it will change all Solitude-based buildings too, including the city itself. There is the front of Our Cabin. It's quite a beautiful sight. We'll look at the cabin more in depth in a moment, but first, we need to check out the outdoor features, starting with the garden. The garden has 24 fertile soils, so you can plant whatever you want. It also has quite a few predetermined vegetables that you can harvest, like leeks, cabbages, potatoes, and wheat. Check out this sundial. That's pretty nifty. The garden also has an apiary, so you'll often see bees flying around and butterflies. Straight up the hill from the garden, you have a shelter for some animals. You have a cow that you can milk once a day, and you have several chickens. The chickens produce eggs, which wind up in these nests, and then you can use those for your potions. Look at that beautiful view of the lake in the distance. And then to the right, we have a wood chopping block and woodcutter's axe for your firewood needs. And then we have a conveniently placed anvil for your smithing needs. Next, we're going to travel to the front porch and meet the home's dog, Dagda. Dagda can be found in several of Lierin's home mods like Faneith. This dog is a memorial to a real-life Great Dane Chompers, who she found on New Year's Eve as a puppy hiding from the fireworks. And she wound up parenting him until New Year's Day 18 years later, when he passed away. She described the dog as leaving paw prints all across her heart, and Dagda is Gaelic meaning gentle giant or protector. She says she misses him every single day, but she swears sometimes she can still see him out of the corner of her eye. Next, we'll look towards the water near the island. I'm using two mods, Waterplants and Ducks and Swans 2 to beautify this area. If you'd like to add those to your game, I'll leave the link in the description. You may also recall that this island has always been here, but Lierin added some additional ore veins for your benefit. The island also contains a beehive and clay deposit in case you're interested in that. Check out those cool boats she added for decoration. And here's a side view of both the house and the guest house. Now we're going to fly further out to see the campsite. Lierin recommended adding this mod, Hotsprings of Skyrim, to add more interest to this area. This mod adds 11 hot springs around Skyrim. Each spring is different, and all are ready to work as a heat source with frostfall. The mod author, Kursan, also created Cozy Lakeside Cabin, which I've also featured. However, Cozy Lakeside Cabin and Our Cabin conflict. I'll leave links to the Hot Springs mod and Cozy Lakeside Cabin feature in the description. Now let's check out this interactive campsite. First, you can sit out and enjoy the view on a nice day. Check out that beautiful view of the mountains, the trees, the lake, the water plants, the hot springs. Wow, what fantastic views you have here. And you also have a convenient fire and cooking pot. If you want to turn the fire off, you can activate that kindling and it turns it off. You have a wood chopping block for your firewood needs. That towel is an idle marker for your followers. They can lay down on that and enjoy the view as well. And then inside of the tent, you have a bedroll for yourself on the right and two for your followers, as well as this handy dandy light that turns on when it gets dark outside and off when it's bright outside. Very intuitive. This campsite area was the area that Lierin originally wanted to use for the cabin itself, but she settled on just putting the campsite there. Now that we've featured the yard, let's go check out this patio and look at the sun. What a beautiful time of day to be exploring Skyrim. Right before we step foot on the patio and this patch of wildflowers, we've got a birdhouse. Here's the front door. It's got one of those intuitive lights that turns on when it's dark. And next to that, we have a porch swing with some cool fabric. And look at that rug. Speaking of ornate details, look at the detail on that table. That's one intricate design. And then next to that, you have an outdoor fireplace. To activate it, you just click on the kindling. Next, we have a pool, which looks super inviting with that sun perfectly reflecting off of the water. Let's jump in. And look, it's deep enough to actually swim in. Okay, our sun's setting, so we need to keep going. Look at this table that we can sit out and enjoy the sunset with a nice drink. Our view of the mountains, the beautiful sunset, and look at Faendal chilling on the diving board. It looks like our automatic lights just clicked on. And then over here you have a telescope. It doesn't actually function as a telescope, but it looks cool. And just look at that view, just amazing tonight. Here's a grill. It acts the same way as a hearth fire oven. You have a poolside bar and some chairs. And then over by this door we have a pull chain. And when you pull it, it activates a shower for you to rinse off after your time in the pool. That's pretty handy. And then there's a back view of your bar. And I don't usually get too carried away with the weather, but man, that sun is just a thing of beauty. Let's look at it one more time before we check out this guest house. Amazing. Okay, let's go check out the inside of the guest house. And when you enter the guest house, you have a really nice space for your followers to stay. They have their own kitchen area. As you can see, the Ebony Warrior was just using the cooking pot. It has everything that you would expect a kitchen to have. You have a few stools for them to sit on. As you can see, the Ebony Warrior sitting on the stool now. And this first hallway has 2 bedrooms. Here's one of the bedrooms. They're pretty simple. They've got a bed, an end table, and a dresser. There's an alchemy lab that they can interact with, and they do. Here's another bedroom. It's pretty much identical to that first one, just a little different on the rugs and the bedding. And through this curtain, you have a bathroom for your followers. There's a toilet with some paper rolls and a wash basin that they're hopefully using. And now we'll venture upstairs. Ooh, he just got taller.
Need something?
Hello. Okay, as we travel upstairs, you're going to start to notice the attention to detail even in the guest house. For example, look at this cool decoration with the map and the hourglass with the miniature dragon on top. And look at this miniature Dwemer bookend. That is awesome. And if you look on the other bookshelf, she's used a carriage as a bookend. Look at that unique chest model. And there's one more bed for a third follower. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and transition us back outside. And now we're going to head to the front door of the main cabin. Now we've entered the front door of our cabin. We're doing a slow spin first just to show you what the view looks like. On this side of the door, it looks like you have some cups and some wine and some nice artwork. And on this side, you have a Home Sweet Home placard within a wreath of snowberries. Feels very homey. You have a couple of windows, 4 weapons plaques. There's a dining table for 2 with the automatic lights that turn on when it gets dark. And then you've got a snow globe, clock, and telescope on that cool furniture display. Then here's a sink, and you can turn the water on and off. And then you have a fireplace with a cooking pot and a baking tray that you can turn on and off with the kindling. Cool horse statue right above that on the mantle. This next space contains all sorts of named storage for different foods and ingredients through use of static clutter. Basically, if it looks like it, it stores it. This mortar and pestle acts as an alchemy lab. And this grinder in the corner acts as a grain mill. So both of those are pretty handy to have in the kitchen. Check out that tobacco and pipe. And then you have tons more named storage underneath the shelf. You have some more artwork along the wall as we head to the bedroom. Here's a good first look at your bedroom. We'll start from right to left. Underneath the stairs you have a hatch door that leads to the basement, but we're not ready for that yet. On this end table you have a saber cat and a dog, and if you activate them it puts out a pet bed for you. And then here's your closet that can store all sorts of clothing and armor. There's a door to the bathroom. There's an amulet display for the 9 divines. You have a statue holding some ivy, some gleam blossom, a shrine of Mara, beautiful tapestry. Look at that amazing bedding. And then you have a bedside table. And you have a book with a rose in it. And then I love this statue. I've seen the same one in Mortem Castle, just on a bigger scale. There's another cool statue. And then check out this decorative table. This has named storage for gemstones and notes and letters, and it has a shrine of Kinnereth. In the corner, you've got a light that resembles the one in Blackreach. And this next table has a shrine of Telos, key storage, journal storage, and a note from Lierin. Let's check it out. Having seriously underestimated my patience with bringing light to this game, after a week of fighting with the basement, I can honestly say that there were a few days this past week that I wish Flintstones made chewable Xanax. After days of sticking a straw in my coffee pot and an amount of cussing that would have required a creation of a cave named the Cavern of Cusses, I chose to leave this discreet coin chest for your use and amusement. Lierin. And then that tiny box right there contains 4,999 septums, presumably the number of times she cussed in order to make the lighting in the basement. Pretty funny. That half barrel next to the desk is a trash can, and it does respawn, so you can just get rid of items over there. Let's go check out the bathroom. As you enter the bathroom, you can see that you have more great tapestry, and you have a working bathtub. Check out this painting on the wall, that looks super cool. And then if you turn these knobs, it turns on the water. This one on the right activates the shower. Oh, look how neat that looks when it opens up. And then this one on the left controls your bath water. You can activate a spot near the spout to sit down in the tub too, but I'm going to leave that to your imagination. Next to the cabinet with the towels and the water basin, you have a button that controls auto strip. By default, it does strip you, so if you don't want that, you can come in and click that button. Behind this cabinet, you have your throne room. It has some beautiful artwork to inspire you. I don't know about you, but I do all of my best thinking while I'm on the throne. And there's your royal throne right there with some paper rolls so you can write your royal decrees. I'm sure that's what the purpose of that is, right? Now we'll head upstairs. Along the way, you'll have some more paintings on the wall. And then check out this awesome crystal dragon on the table. And then a really cool painting in the background. And then you have this family tree artwork. I've seen the same display in Canalside Bunker and Mortem Castle, and now I've seen it in our cabin, and I just love that. Okay, let's turn around and see what else we have up here. We have plenty of bookshelves for the bookworms of Skyrim. And check out this cool display. Looks like you have several maps, one of which is Vardenfell. A cool looking mask. It looks like you've got a microscope, a snow elf statue, and some swords you can take. There's another bookshelf, a ship and a glass bottle and a nautical painting. It looks like this whole area's theme is nautical. And here's a bookshelf with some books provided. I could be mistaken, but that looks to have the Mythic Dawn symbol on them. And you also had an abacus up top, which was an old device they used for counting. There's some more empty bookshelves with a dwarven centurion on top, a butterfly flying around inside of a case. You have a plethora of globes and maps, and there's a page from the Mysterium Xarxes on your table. And as we turn back around, check out that mini mammoth and giant and the fish tank on top of the bookshelves. Lierin's super creative. Check out this cool banner and the game from The Witcher. And then, you've guessed it, you have some more bookshelves to fill. Those statues she used are really neat too. So yes, you have quite the resource area at your disposal here. Hermaeus Mora might even get jealous of you though, so watch out. Now we're going to head back downstairs to check out my favorite part of the whole home, the basement. You'll gain access by using the hatch door that's located under the stairs. And then you'll end up in a dark area with some Dwemer decoration, a tall ladder that leads to the hatch door. And now we're ready to go through this Dwemer door and see what it has to offer. Oh, look at that cool pipework. And we have a huge light in the middle, emulating the city in the middle of Blackreach. You could go right and go up some stairs, and it has one of those Dwemer buttons that you can push, but it doesn't really do anything, so we're just going to go ahead and head downstairs. Check out this flaming dragon skull with the piercing blue eyes. Nice touch. As we turn towards the middle of the space, this first room is an area to place your unique items, as well as containing a breathtaking garden. Heading down the stairs, the first display you'll run into are the Dragon Priest masks. The display doesn't come equipped, so you'll need to go earn the masks and then place them on there one by one. Here's a display area for your black books, and a couple of mannequins and a weapons rack. There's the Daedric items display, so you've got several of the weapons and armors you can earn from those quests. There's Ysgramor, and you'll have to get Wuthrod to put there. And look at this werewolf standing over a pool of blood. Over here you have a Dark Brotherhood display with the tenants. And then you have 3 mannequins and a weapons and shield plaque, a weapons rack, and then you get to another display for the Thieves Guild items. Look at Nocturnal statue, that looks super cool. And then over here you have a place to display your paragons, a couple of other mannequins, a few more plaques to show off your weapons and shields, and then you have a display for the dragon claws. And look at this thing, this is awesome. Here's a display for your Elder Scrolls. They're right next to the Dragonstone of Bleak Falls Barrow, but you don't have to provide that one's just there. And then I'm not sure what this chest is from, but it looks super cool. Probably from Dawnguard. I've never actually played that before. I should definitely try it. And then look at this planter area in the middle. Beautiful aspen trees, insects flying about, fish are swimming through the water. You've got 36 fertile soils to plant whatever you want. And you also have 4 standing stones, the Lover Stone, Thief Stone, Steed Stone, and Lady Stone. Check out this beautiful Japanese cherry blossom tree. Now we'll go check out the planters on the other side. I planted them up with Gleam Blossoms, Nightshade. I've got some plants from Beyond Skyrim Bruma. Just whatever I could to make it look as good as possible. And look, you have some Charis eggs that you can harvest as well. And at the center of the room, on a pedestal, you have a Shrine of Talos. So basically, don't invite any high elves over to your basement. All jokes aside though, how beautiful and unique is this space? When I think of the coolest unique item displays, the first ones I think of are Legacy of the Dragonborn, Dovahkiin's Vault, Lone Wolf's Manor, Faneath, Canalside Bunker, Rayek's End, Riverside Apartment, and now I can add this one to the list. Did I miss any great ones? Let me know. This next room doubles as a crafting area and an armory. In this corner we have an alchemy nook. You have a small mushroom garden, named storage for fish, a shrine of RK, named storage for potions, poisons, ingredients, and alchemical files. There's an area to display your insects in a jar. You have Arvac's skull, a mini Spriggan, and a custom red alchemy lab. That looks sharp. And all of those jars that you see are named storage for specific ingredients. So if it looks like it, it stores it. You can tell a lot of love went into that area. Next, we're headed to the smithing corner. This corner offers a full smithing suite with anvil, mini smelter, tanning kit, workbench, and grindstone. The tanning kit is the wooden object on the table that looks a little bit like a magazine holder. It has the same capabilities as a tanning rack. You also have named storage for human bits, gemstones, pelts, leathers, firewood, ores, ingots, weapons, armor, bows and arrows, and bolts. And that themed artwork is fire. The middle of this room offers a ton of weapon racks. And then in the back right corner, you have some more weapons plaques and shield plaques, as well as 3 more mannequins to display your best armor. And the last corner we have to cover is quite magical. This is where you can find your arcane enchanter, staff enchanter, and spider imbuing chamber. I'm loving the themed artwork. And you have named storage for gemstones, salt piles, albino pods, heartstones, staves, and soul gems. And look at those creepy spiders. Even behind glass, they still manage to creep me out. And you have a microscope for your studies. Very nice. There's some more of that beautiful themed artwork. And we're taking one more look around before we head to the final area, which is an added perk. You have a door that takes you to Riften. Let's go ahead and go through. And it takes you to the cemetery area by the secret entrance to the Thieves Guild. And if you're wondering if there's a way to backtrack into that crafting room, there is. Just go between the trees and activate the sewer door. Now that we've seen all of the features and made it back home, it's time for final thoughts. Our cabin is now my favorite Lierin-made SE home mod. The attention to detail included around every turn is amazing. Its location is fantastic, right on the shore of Lake Ilinalta. If the views alone can't win you over, the features will. This home offers all stations for cooking and crafting, including wood chopping blocks, a staff enchanter, and even a spider imbuing chamber. The player has a guest house for their followers. For alchemists, you have 60 fertile soils to plant whatever you want. There's plant life and animal life spanning the inside and out. There's tons of named storage, bathrooms, clicky choices, unique statues and artwork, and we haven't even mentioned that the basement is one of the coolest special storage locations in any home mod. Basically, with this home, you'll pay for the whole seat, but you'll only use the edge. I hope you all enjoyed this one. This concludes our feature of Our Cabin. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and leave a comment with your thoughts. To see more of my past tours, click the playlist on the top left. To see my future content, click the channel icon on the bottom left to subscribe. And to never miss an episode, click the bell icon to receive notifications of when I post. As always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next episode.